2021 really has been the year of Lin-Manuel Miranda. I tell you, every other video I make, his name comes up. In the Heights, Vivo, Encanto, Oscar predictions, and now Tick Tick Boom. God, it's no wonder Hollywood is snatching him up, because everything the man touches turns to gold. All those movies I just mentioned scored 8 out of 10 or higher in my reviews. I'll pop a link in the description to all those reviews if you're interested. But what's your favourite Lin-Manuel Miranda project he had a hand in making this past year? Or how would you rank his movies? Let your voice be heard in that comment section down below. But mark my words, Lin-Manuel Miranda is destined to win his first ever Oscar sometime in the next few years. Whether that be for directing, songwriting, producing, or acting, he's gonna be an EGOT winner someday soon. It's only a matter of time. Tick, tick, boom indeed. Anyway, shall we talk about his first ever directorial feature film, Tick Tick Boom? Yeah, I thought so. Tick Tick Boom is an interesting one because it works both as an adaptation of a Broadway musical of the same name, but it also operates as a biopic about the creator of the musical in question, Jonathan Larson, who's played in this film by a never better Andrew Garfield. Jonathan Larson, may he rest in peace, was best known for creating the musical Rent, which he tragically passed away of, I believe it was the morning prior to Rent's first ever off-Broadway performance, so he never got to watch his show with an audience, which is a real tragedy because Rent went on to be a massive success. It won so many Tonys. But this film isn't the story of how he came up with Rent. There are Easter eggs and little moments of inspiration which do tie into the creation of Rent. Tick Tick Boom is set before that, on the precipice of Jonathan's 30th birthday, back when he was a struggling artist living in New York, trying to get his dystopian satirical rock opera musical, Superbia, picked up by producers. With a title like Tick Tick Boom, you can imagine that time is a prevalent theme in such a story. Tick Tick Boom implies time is running out, that we're counting down to an explosion of sorts, which it is. Pressure is mounting and time is running out for Jonathan, both personally and professionally. He's workshopping the musicals, sanding off the rough edges, trying to get it finished, but he's missing a pivotal song in the second act, which he needs to finish before he presents the musical to producers who might want to invest in his show. One of which is Stephen Sondheim, who's played by an almost unrecognizable Bradley Whitford. But also a side note, rest in peace to the real Stephen Sondheim, who just passed away a few days ago. But on top of all that, Jonathan's dancer girlfriend Susan, who's played by Alexandra Shipp, just got a job working as a dancer in the Berkshires and is putting pressure on Jonathan for them to leave New York. And because Jonathan is on the cusp of turning 30, he's feeling like he hasn't accomplished anything. He's given himself to his art, but not got anything to show for it. And all his friends in his life have given up on their creative dreams for more stable careers and are starting to settle down, including his former roommate Michael, played by Robin de Jesús, who is wonderful in this. So yeah, there's all these circumstances and factors going on around him, making him feel like maybe it's time for him to give up on his dreams. Guys, I really enjoyed Tick Tick Boom. As a 31-year-old creative living in a big city like London, I could really relate to what this film was about. I swear, I have an existential crisis on a bi-monthly basis. I'm at an age now where all my friends and people I grew up with are settling down, getting promotions in their sensible jobs, getting married or having kids. And what am I doing? Well, I got paid to assemble Lego for 5 days, and I talk about movies and TV on the internet for a very small audience. These are my choices. But yeah, the struggle is real. Sometimes I look back at my early 20s and I think I've poured all this time, energy, and effort into what I want to do, but what do I have to show for it? Not a whole lot. Sometimes I look at my subscriber count and get a bit despondent. Am I wasting my time? Does anybody care? As creatives, we do tend to put a lot of internal pressure on ourselves to succeed, and it can be disheartening when you don't feel like you're living up to your potential. That's how Jonathan Larson felt, and honestly that's how I feel sometimes too. But let me tell you, Andrew Garfield is just phenomenal playing Jonathan Larson. It's an absolute joy watching him play this eccentric, boisterous, gangly theatre dork. It's a performance which radiates off the screen. Garfield is marvelous. He loses himself in this role, from the elastic physicality to the nervous tics. And also, who knew the dude could sing? I had no idea, but as it turns out, the man has a set of pipes. Honestly, Andrew Garfield as Jonathan Larson is one of my favorite performances of the year. He is so good. But yeah, he definitely deserves to be in that Best Actor Oscar race. And I think the reason I loved him so much as Jonathan Larson is because I saw myself in the character of Jonathan Larson. In many ways, Jonathan Larson is a stand-in for all the creatives, artists, and fools who dare to dream, just like myself. And that's another thing. Lin-Manuel Miranda knows his target audience. This is a movie made for the musical theatre geeks of the world. There's one scene in a diner where they're singing about brunch, and I swear it's cameo after cameo of like famous Broadway icons. It's definitely fan service, but Lin-Manuel Miranda couldn't help himself, just got out his little black book and called up all his contacts from Broadway. When it comes to the music, the soundtrack is flipping fantastic. I can't believe I've never heard of any of these songs before, and it's actually hard to try and pick a favorite, but if I had to choose, my standouts would be Johnny Can't Decide, Louder Than Words, and Therapy. The Therapy set piece was done very well. It's well edited together because it cuts back and forth between Johnny's personal life exploding and this puppet-like performance that he does on a stage with Vanessa Hudgens' Caressa character. All of that was exhilarating. Also the song Why, which is this big third act showstopper. All it is Garfield, a piano, and an empty amphitheater in Central Park. That scene just goes to prove that sometimes less really is more. And also the a cappella song Boho Days, which is like an ode to living the artistic life in a tiny New York apartment. I loved that song. It was just alive with energy, that scene. So let's ask them 3 questions. Firstly, would I watch this again? 100%. I had an absolute joy watching this film. Definitely gonna be watching Tick Tick Boom many more times. Question 2, do I recommend it for you guys? I recommend Tick Tick Boom for musical lovers, Lin-Manuel Miranda fans, or the fools who dared to dream. This film really spoke to me as a struggling creative, and I think so many other artists will see themselves represented in this story. It also features top-notch, Oscar-worthy performances from Andrew Garfield and Robin de Jesus. The music is fantastic. It's got a very kinetic flow to it, and you can watch it for free on Netflix. What more do I have to say to get you guys to watch this film? So yeah, I do recommend it. And third question, what score do I give it out of 10? Bold statement, but in a year which is overflowing with movie musicals, Lin-Manuel Miranda's Tick Tick Boom might actually be my personal favorite movie musical. Maybe Steven Spielberg's West Side Story will do something about that, but there's something really magical about Tick Tick Boom which really spoke to me. I related to it. The performances were just phenomenal. The music was brilliant. Oh, I felt so alive watching this movie. I really, really loved it. I cried. I was just so absorbed in it. So I'm gonna give Tick Tick Boom a score of 9 out of 10. But as always, guys, it's just one bloke's opinion. I would love to hear your thoughts on Tick Tick Boom. What did you make of this movie? Is Andrew Garfield coming for that Oscar? What do you have to say? Let your voice be heard in that comment section down below. If you guys have enjoyed this video, help support the channel by hitting that thumbs up button. If you want more movie, TV, and Oscars related content, don't forget to click subscribe. And if you want to follow me on any of my socials, Twitter, Instagram, Letterboxd, they're all in that video description down below. And as always, thank you so much for watching, guys. For more things related to movies, TV, the Oscars, and popcorn culture, I'm Andrew Garfield, and I'll see you next time. Boom!